Growing up with working-class parents who could barely afford to pay his healthcare bills was tough on Lionel Messi, so he decided that he would raise his kids to be as independent as possible. Still, the World Cup winner has kept lots of secrets about his kids away from the public. What type of dad is Messi? What is a typical day in the life of Messi's kids? How does he treat them, and what are the plans for their future? Let's get right into it. Messi's biggest fans, aside from his wife at the World Cup, were his three kids, Matteo, Thiago, and Ciro. Unlike many other soccer stars with baby mamas and more complex families, Messi's fatherhood has been pretty straightforward. He first met his wife, Antonella Roccuzzo, in their hometown of Rosario when he was 5 years old, and they reconnected in their late teens. She is the cousin of his best friend and fellow soccer player, Lucas Scaglia. Messi began dating Antonella in 2008 before going public with the relationship a year later. They married in 2017 and have remained one of soccer's hottest couples. But here's where things get interesting with the couple's three kids. Thiago was born on November 2, 2012 in Dexeos Hospital in Spain. But months before his birth, Messi could not hold back his excitement and placed the ball under his shirt after scoring in Argentina's 4-0 win against Ecuador in June 2012. Having become a parent for the first time, Messi expressed his love for little Thiago by getting his name and handprints tattooed on his calf. The following year, Messi admitted in an interview with El Periodico that the birth of Thiago had changed his life more than the Ballon d'Or awards, explaining that his priorities were shifting. Thiago was introduced to football at a young age. Since his father was still at Barcelona, he was enrolled in La Masia, Barcelona's academy, and got to play alongside Luis Suarez's son, Benjamin Suarez, in the U8 age category. In February 2020, we saw a video of Thiago scoring a goal during his first match with the team. Now 10 years old, Thiago plays for the Paris Saint-Germain academy and has had no problems adapting to life in Paris. But that doesn't mean they don't visit Barca from time to time. In fact, in one of those trips, Thiago shocked the world. While the media were waiting for Antonella Roccuzzo and her child at the airport gates, the eldest son of Messi, who was wearing a PSG shirt, immediately covered the crest with his hand, and he did so until he got into the car that awaited his arrival, as seen in this clip. Quite impressive from the 10-year-old who also loves cars and motorbikes, but wait until you see his younger brother's amazing personality. Matteo was born on September 11, 2015, and according to Messi, he is the kid who always tries to grab your attention. According to the Argentine, Matteo is very special and always does new things. Messi revealed to Argentine journalist Sebastian Viñolo that Matteo took after his own competitiveness. In other words, Matteo is the same as me when I was little. He doesn't like to lose anything. This competitive nature was seen when Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia at the World Cup, as Matteo left the stadium crying inconsolably despite Thiago doing the math and explaining to him that they would qualify by winning the remaining games in the group stages. Roccuzzo has also had to comment on Matteo's personality, as we saw in her sweet tribute on Instagram on his 7th birthday, where she described him as the jokester of the family. The caption read, "Crazy, beautiful, with your batteries and energy recharged, always making us die of laughter." Like his brother, Matteo has been enrolled into the PSG Youth Academy in the U7 divisions, while his older brother is in the U10 division, and many believe that Matteo is the one who has a more natural talent for the game. And then we have Messi's last son and kid, Ciro, who was born on March 10, 2018 in Spain, less than a year after the couple got married. The name Ciro means son or lordly in Spanish. To show off their excitement, the 7-time Ballon d'Or winner and his wife got tattoos dedicated to Ciro. Messi has his name and birth date inscribed on his calf, along with his brother's names, while Roccuzzo has Ciro tattooed on her arm. Since Ciro is still only 4, his personality is still developing, but his father has already seen him taking leaves off Matteo's books. According to Messi, he copies Matteo a lot, and they go against me a lot. But how does Messi raise his kids? Here's what we know. The PSG star has said in the past that he tries to make his 3 sons understand that they cannot take their comfortable life for granted. Having grown up in a struggling family, Messi knows both sides of the coin very well, and he understands the importance of being grateful. I try to make them learn the value of things so they understand they have to earn things every day and not assume that because they're lucky enough to have the possibility of having many things, think it's easy. In an interview with Argentine journalist, the ex-Barca man revealed that he scolded his boys more often than his wife, showing just how strict he is. He even admitted going over the edge in his attempts to discipline the kids. In terms of career, both Thiago and Matteo are already in sync with their father, and although they are at PSG Academy, most of their soccer lessons still come from their dad, which we've seen from videos of their occasional friendly matches with Messi. The World Cup winner often allows his middle son, Matteo, to win in order to avoid problems, because when Matteo loses, he starts kicking off and argues with his brothers, unlike Thiago, who is more reserved and often encourages his father with notes when he's sad. For Messi, family comes before profession, and despite his illustrious career, he always finds time to live a normal life with his kids and wife. So here's what a typical day in their home looks like. He and his wife takes Thiago and Matteo to school after school training begins. Then they might spend some family time at some park or quiet location, or simply hang out at home and drink mate. According to Messi, it is a normal and calm life, the type that he has always wanted. But some fans ain't sure about the plans he has for his kids. Although Messi has said in the past that he wants his sons to do what makes them happy, whether that involves soccer or not. Now, it's clear that his mini versions are following his footsteps. Clearly, it runs in the blood, and it wouldn't be too surprising to see them become soccer stars in their own rights. Although Messi's parents were working class and barely got by with bills, they were always closely knit. Messi is the third out of 4 children with 2 older brothers and a younger sister, and he always had his family close to him. His dad has been his agent since the beginning of his career, while his brothers have maintained his professional brands. Messi hopes to achieve the same degree of bond with his young family of 5. There are many examples of children of famous soccer players who have taken after their fathers, but only a few reached or surpassed the incredible heights of their fathers. For someone like Messi, it would be pretty difficult to imagine his kids outperforming him. Nonetheless, they would be forgiven because their father's talent is one in a millennium. An impoverished kid from the streets of Rosario with a growth disorder who, through fate and hard work, made it into the La Masia Academy and went on to become one of the greatest footballers of all time. His family has remained his support throughout his journey, and with only a few years left in his professional career, Messi would be looking to help his kids make the right decisions at every turn. With the 2022 World Cup the icing on the cake, it's safe to say that Messi is not only a proud dad, but one of the best in the soccer world. Meanwhile, some fans have confessed that they wouldn't mind seeing a baby girl joining the boys. But in the end, it's up to Messi and Antonella to decide on having more kids. But you can guess which of his sons calls Messi by his full name and often celebrated Real Madrid goals just to taunt his siblings and his brother. Could only be Matteo.